Hey, Chapee here, part 2 from Frasers Station, heading across the Nullarbor. Overnight dome set up. If it rains, I'm screwed because as you can see by the size of that fly sheet, it ain't going to keep me dry, but I think we'll be right tonight. Might be the odd shower, but should be right. So easy to set up, 5 minutes it's up, and hey, if it falls apart, it'll stay where it is. It'll end up in that rubbish bin over right about there. So as I was saying to you, a few top fives. I wanted to show you this, which is the Straddle Control. Now that one right there, come up close on that so you can see it. Simple device, but if you've got a 2006 like I have and haven't got the luxury of throttle, you can push that forward while you're riding with the one hand, and then as you back the accelerator off, it comes back off again. So really simple to use. It holds its tension well, and the beauty of that is it just eases some of that stress off your wrist. So recommend one of those. That's in my top 5 things you must have for a long Harley Davidson ride, particularly on a bike obviously that doesn't have cruise control. So that's saying the obvious. This one here, the Memphis Shades Batwing fairing, which I put on my 2006 Softail Deluxe. I love it. I've had it on for a long time now. Got it paint matched up. It just really does push that air up and over the top of my helmet. Gives me that protection and just doesn't make the ride as stressful as if you're copping the wind right on your chest. So I also updated to that screen that pushes forward slightly, so that just pushes that air up. And if you have a look at the amount of bugs on that, have a little carnage close-up of all the creepy crawlies that have taken a hit on the front visor. You can see why it's worthwhile. I'd rather on the visor up front there than on me. So Memphis Shade Batwing, it comes off really quickly if you do want to take it off and get your bike back to just a little nice little cruiser look. So that's a must in my top 5 for sure. Spoke about it already, but the cargo net, gotta have it. Just secures the load up really well. So excuse all the funny angles, but that's a must. Andy straps, they are brilliant. I've got a set of them on down here as well, which is just holding my side luggage on, which is where I put my camp bed, my stretcher. I've got my other supplies in there as well, food supplies, and my change out coat when I go over to my riding summer coat. So Andy straps in the top 5. Cargo net, got to have it in the top 5. Cruise control, if you don't have it on your bike, you're going to need to have one of those just to make the journey a little bit more enjoyable for you. And then fairing. So what have I got up to? 1, 2, 3, 4. What would be my other top 5 item? You know what? Everyone comments all the time about my little coffee holder. There's people that don't ride bikes. They're always fascinated by the fact that they think I drink coffee out of this non-stop. It's actually just taking a little bit of extra water. It used to be great when I had an open face helmet because I could take a sip while I was riding. But with the full face helmet, that ain't gonna happen because as I worked out the very first time, you can't do that. So they would be my 5, I think. Look, there's some other little things I recommend that you get. I was talking to some people just the other day that they were relaying a story where a girl went into a shop. She just went in quickly, the bike was out front, came back, and her helmet had gone with her Bluetooth device on it as well. So that was a big financial loss for her. That could have been saved with this item right here, little combination lock. Every time I stop with it, I just even walk into the gas station, I put it on, flick the lock, and at least that's got the helmet secure. I wouldn't want to lose my $350 Bell helmet. So that's going to go in my top items that you must have. I'm loving this. Now, I know you purists are going to bag me for putting that on a Harley, but hey, you know what? I don't care. It's about practicality. I'm a practical person, and you need somewhere where you can lock things up if you don't have hard panniers. Again, a lot of these items are because it's a 2006. It's not the latest road glide or street glide where you've got the cruise and you've got all the hard panniers. So you've got to kind of work around that a little bit, and that just allows me to lock everything up in there. That's in my top items must have. But pretty much that's where I would say, you know, I'm probably stating the obvious. You know, you guys that ride a lot, you're going to have cruise pegs for your feet. I'm sure those are a must just to ease you back and make things nice and enjoyable. The other thing for me is my stereo system that I have on the bike. I play that loud when I'm before 10 or after 4 just to keep the critters away. So let's have a little look at Frasers Station as we wander around. You can see this is genuinely a farm station. Kind of excited about tonight because they do the genuine fire pit. Everyone sits around, stories from the road. You can buy a beer over in the in the restaurant area they have there. I'm going to cook my own dinner tonight, but they have a restaurant area, and you can see it's a working station, so it's kind of a nice place to be. There's farm bikes buzzing around. There's some old genuine homestead houses over here. Go and have a look. And on Wiki Camps, everyone gave it a good thumbs up because it's good facilities. I think you pay $1 for your shower, but hey, that's fine.